Some people hate English, I don't. They're just wankers. We, on the other hand, are colonized by wankers.
Hey, thanks for the support of the channel. Here's some things I'm doing daily during the great virus crisis. Starting with some breathing exercises, deep diaphragmatic breathing. Now I'm switching to common Aikido exercise. My feet are very grounded into the earth, and my body, while relaxed, has a certain amount of extension to it. As your hands come up, it opens your rib cage, and you're able to breathe more deeply than ordinarily. Going down, I'm extending, I'm rotating my arms, which then will squeeze my chest like you would wring a sponge to get the air out. Up again, turn, and actually I'm pushing the air deeply down into my diaphragm. Reasons for doing this is just to learn diaphragmatic breathing. You don't get as tired as easily. You can exert more power if you breathe properly. Those are two simple reasons for learning to do it. It's another common exercise you'll see. And again, by raising my hands over my head, I'm opening up my rib cage and able to access parts of my lungs I might not ordinarily do so. I'm also coming up onto my toes while concentrating on the center of my body, which is the tanden in Japanese or dantian in Chinese. Again, up to the sky, opens my rib cage, out to the side, hesitate, and then coming down with the exhalation. It's the retention of carbon dioxide in the body has a relaxing effect on the mind. So it's not that I'm getting more oxygen in my body or something like this. Now I'm just doing some very strong exhalations. The kind of thing you would do if you were punching or executing a throw. It's learning to coordinate the body with breathing and movement to exercise more power. Think of putting the shot or throwing the javelin or lifting weights. It's quite similar in some respects. Now I'm doing reverse breathing. Again, I'm just practicing how to control my diaphragm. And sometimes when I'm pulling my stomach in, I'm actually breathing out. Sometimes when I'm extending my stomach, I'm breathing in. Now it's a switch to funakogi or torifune, just a rowing exercise. Again, this is an exercise that allows you to understand concepts of extension in coordination with breath. There are other benefits people ascribe to it. I don't need to go into those now. Some metaphysical, some physical, some spiritual. For me, it's a very practical thing. Then you saw me do furitama, which is soul shaking. Again, it's a way of just sort of waking up the mind, waking up the spirit before starting practice. And again, I'm doing torifune on another side. Oftentimes you'll see people do these exercises with certain sounds that are made. Again, some of these have, properties ascribed to them. I don't need to go there in this video. And I finish off with furitama again. Now just some basic stretching. A variation, Aiki Taiso, Aiki exercises. I'm leaving some out. I'm including some. I'm not doing any floor stretching in this particular rendition. I will add and subtract from these daily depending on how I feel my body is. This day it's pretty early and I look pretty stiff and tired. But again, now just expanding the movement, learning to twist my hip. Try not to rotate your feet. You'll see my knees and legs are rotating, but my feet are actually staying forward. With my usual brilliant camera work, you can't see my feet. Another one too, I'm rotating from my hip, exhaling in coordination with the movement. And inhaling as I'm coming up, exhaling as I'm going down. Now just to learn to develop spine flexibility, I'm stretching back and down and back and down again. And most of you know these. There's no reason for any particular explanation. But now I'm stretching my head, gripping my head to stretch my lower spine more. Now look how my arm goes to my ear when I do this stretch. It's often like when you take ukemi in ikkyo, for those of you that do Aikido. I want to maintain shoulder flexibility. So I'm just letting my arm over my head. Now I'm stretching my groin a bit from side to side, not too deeply, just, it's early in the morning. I'm just kind of waking myself up, getting my energy going. Now down to stretching my hamstring by going down on my heel. If you can keep your foot flat on the floor, great. If you can't, that's fine too. Now again, just twisting my spine. Each of these movements has a point where you need to inhale and exhale as well. Now up to the sky and exhale. Inhale, up to the sky and exhale. Again, yeah. Then I will rotate. Yeah, this is interesting. By you see me rotate my arms, I apply additional pressure to stretch my groin this way. And, just give it a go yourself and see what works for you. Now I'm rotating my knees in and out. There you go. And back the other direction. And then I'll go down to a squatting position, maintaining my balance, thinking about my tanden, my center point in my body. All of it's designed to help you develop improved balance. Now my feet are flat on the ground. I'm stretching my spine, and particularly my lower spine. By squatting like that. You ever use an Asian squat toilet? That's the skill you need. Okay, these are interesting. These are from Nakamura Tempu, from his yoga, Shinshin-tōitsu-dō, that he developed, that a lot of people in Aikido have been influenced by. You don't need to hold your fingers like that. That's just the way that guy I learned it from taught it. This is a swari yoroho. It's an exercise where you're balancing. My heels are up. You're balancing on your toes. And my hands are just in front of my center to remind myself where my center is, my center point again. And you'll see me slowly dissipate here. It's just this bobbing up and down. It actually gets really tiring on your legs after a while. And don't stop abruptly. Stop slowly, like the sound of ringing a bell. This has a narcotic effect on the nervous system and calms you down as you do it. It's quite interesting. Plus, it makes the exercise harder. Now, unfortunately, with my brilliant cinematography, you can't see my feet, but what I'm doing is I'm raising up like a toe raise on the balls of my feet with my heels up in the air, and then I'm tapping, gently rapping my heels on the ground. And the tapping effect, again, has a narcotic effect on the nervous system. And also what you're doing is you're developing your calf muscles rather profoundly. And the calf muscles and that area of your body has an effect on circulation within the body and helps keep your legs strong.